Hello and welcome to my channel. All right, so today we are going to talk about how to edit a button in TD Snap and also how to link a button to a new page. So these are all edits that can be done on a single button. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just do this on my Core First page set here. So you'll notice that on Core First, all of the core words are on my home page. I kind of leave these alone and use these to build our vocabulary. For example, if I, wanted to say, I want, go to my fringe vocab over here to all word lists and go to I want toy cars. And that's all in my message window. So my goal would be to leave that core vocabulary as my home page here so that I can build those. So when I'm adding a personal button here, I'm going to decide where I want to put that. So let's say I have a stuffed animal dog that I would like to add a button for. So in here, and there is a dog, and I'm sure there's probably a stuffed animal in Toys and Games. I still want to add my own personal stuffed animal dog. And I'm going to add that right here. Now, if you wanted to put that in place of something that is already pre-installed, you could do that as well, but I'm just going to put it on a blank spot. Snap and want to go into that edit mode. I'm going to click on my gear and pencil icon in the top right corner, which might be hidden behind my box up here. All right, and I am editing a single button right now, blank space right now, but you could also click on one of these as well. All right, so when you're editing a button, you'll see this toolbar pop up, and sometimes it scrolls up for you, and sometimes you have to drag it upward. I'm just gonna label it stuffed dog. All right, so you can see it has auto-populated a downward dog yoga pose. Might not be what I'm talking about. The symbols that we have pre-installed. You can see there are lots of different dog options. There's, stuffed animals, there's dog bones, dog food. Maybe not quite what I'm looking for though. However, there are other options that you have. If your device is connected to the internet, you can click on the web and search for a stuffed animal dog on the web. Any of these could be my stuffed dog, or if I'm able to generalize just a stuffed dog, I might want to choose one of these. You could also, again, choose from our symbols if you need to. Dog right here and hit done. And you can see that's now my symbol on the page. However, you could also take a photo. All of our devices come with a camera on the front and back, and you can take a photo of that actual stuffed dog if you prefer. You'll also notice that it gives you an option for the message. So for example, these buttons are also leave it as stuffed dog because it's in my word list. However, if you're in a topic or would like it to be a phrase or sentence, the label might say stuffed dog. Completely up to you. The message is always going to auto-populate to what your label is unless you change it. More options for a button, just if you're interested. You can also add and I want to have a recording of that song on here, or a theme song of my favorite show with a symbol from that show. Just an option. You can also upload a sound file if you would prefer there. Just doing a simple button editing right now. So I always want that action to be speak or insert message. I want it to speak what that message is, and I also want it to go up in my message bar, auto-populate with every button that you create. There are more actions in here, and we'll go over those in a separate video. So right now, this is all I want to do. However, if I wanted to change the style of the button, like the wording color, the font, the size, making it bold, if I want the label to be on the bottom and the photo to be on the top, or vice versa. Lots of different options when you are editing a button. I'm going to hit done in the top right corner. Now, if I click on stuffed dog, it's going to show up and it's going to speak that for me. So that's how we're going to add just a single button. And that would be the same no matter which page set you're in. Link to a new page. So let's say I want to go to topics here. And you'll notice there are some pre-made topics and also some custom ones in the top. And motor plan, or I believe the express page set, it's going to be a shaded top corner rather than an arrow. So again, if I want to add my own topic here, I'm going to click that. And I'm going to select an empty space because I want to show you this from start to finish rather than these pre-made ones. So I'm going to click on an empty space. And again, it'll ask me for a label. Let's say I'm going to use this same example as right here just to add a new one as restaurant. All right, and you can see it auto-populated that same symbol. You'll also notice my button style. Click on the color and find the one that is similar to what these are. And it is vanilla. I'm going to go back to the content of the button right here. So again, I do just want it to the option, do you want it when you click on restaurant to go to that page? Do you want it to say restaurant when you click on it, or do you not want to? Since I want it to just go to that action. So right now, this is just a button with no speech attached to it. I'm going to go over here to the left where it says link to page. And I want to link it to a new page. I want this to be a, and again, it'll ask you to name it so that the name of that page is at the top of your screen. I always just name it the exact same thing that that topic button is. So now you can, now I'm going to hit done. And if I click on that button, it will take me to a blank page because I inserted a new page here. So again, if I click on my gear and pencil icon in the top right corner, you can see I have topic. So for example, I might add a button that says, let's go out to eat. I might add another one that says dinner, lunch, and breakfast for what type of food I want. I like to order, and some different conversations while I'm at the restaurant, or things I might say to the waiter or waitress. Just an example of how we would add a topic there. Page on your toolbar to go back here. And if I go to topics, I've got my restaurant topic here. I'll open up this one just so that you can see. You've got different phrases in restaurant. So that is how you add a single button and how you add a link to a page or folder or category within any of our page sets.